I had never heard of a doula before 2 months ago. This is what happens when you impregnate a woman. You learn about doulas.
And if it's too expensive to hire a doula, you could just play a Bill Cosby comedy tape.
Right, what does that mean?
You know it. Let's hear it.
So somehow...
Push.
For a second, I thought a doula had something to do with Jell-O pudding.
I'll tell you the first time.
The child comes in the room and says, "Mom, where's the medulla? I want my Jell-O pudding before I'm born."
Reporting in for miles around. Every building falling down faster and faster. What is that thing on your pizza? What's that green thing?
I'm hoping it's basil.
I'm hoping it's pizza.
What's that green thing on your pizza? It's the Josh Flagg Music Podcast. Welcome. It's episode 2. My name's Jamie Tanner. I'm the guitarist for Josh Flagg's band, The Obligations. With me, as always, is Josh Flagg. Josh, say hello.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Josh. Also with me is our drummer, Mr. Scott Campbell, sitting leisurely on the couch, nursing a beer with a surly look upon his face. Hey, Scott.
Hi, Shirley.
Also with us is Rebecca Haviland, keyboard player, backup singer. How you doing, Rebecca? Chewing on that pizza? It looks pretty good. All right, there's apparently a green thing
Try not to chew in the microphone.
in the pizza, as we already mentioned. All right, so this episode, we'll talk about the song Devastate Me, title track from our album of the same name. I guess that's what makes it the title track. Thematic center of the album, kind of.
You know, you should start this conversation out because, Jamie, you came up with the initial riff for Devastate Me, and I find that this is one of those songs that
This, like many of our songs, was a very collaborative writing process.
Yeah, so I think that the best songs wind up being the most collaborative, and this song certainly fits into that. What were you thinking when you came up with this riff?
What was I thinking? I don't know. Do you think when you come up with a guitar riff? A guitar riff comes up not from
What were you
thought.
feeling?
I feel
What
that
was
you
I
can
feeling? I was
think about...
I was feeling disastrous.
I think that you can think about wanting to write something, but then the actual writing is after you've turned off your mind. Would you agree?
Sure. I'll just say yes. That makes it easier. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Well, basically, the easy way to sum this up is I, wrote a bunch of riffs for this song and brought it to Josh, and he liked it, but then we sort of changed things around a little, and then he started singing stuff, and we went back and forth until we wound up with all the parts of the song and a melody.
Are we going to play the demo, by the way?
We'll play a little
I don't
snippet.
know if there was ever a demo.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was.
Oh, I have it.
There were multiple
It is
demos.
blazingly fast. It is Jamie Tanner
Really?
style deluxe.
I remember you came and you had this riff that and
Which was sort of stolen from a Hold Steady song, kind of.
right. Well, I don't know about the whole
I don't know who the quote is
you have-
attributed to Picasso a lot. What is it? Good artists borrow, great artists steal. I don't know if Picasso ever actually said that, but I see that all over the place. And we are certainly guilty of that. So I guess that makes us great artists that we
And
steal
by the way,
all the
nothing
time.
wrong.
On your
There's
demo was the
nothing wrong
bass
with
line
that.
that was doing that riff.
No, I'd rather talk about the picture.
Picture? What picture?
The picture for the record, which was also...
That'll be fun to talk about. Let's talk about that. If you haven't seen it, just look up. Well, if somehow you found this podcast, you may have seen this. But go to joshflaggmusic.com or look in iTunes for Josh Flagg's record, "Devastate Me," and you will see a picture of a bruised-looking Mr. Josh Flagg, and that's the picture he wants to talk about
Bruised and bloody.
right now.
Yeah, if it's any... Jamie did that to me. It
Jamie.
was very upsetting. He
Was that
might
the
not-
name of the
Jamie,
makeup
why'd you do
artist?
No. Jamie Tanner. It was. You ruined it. But
I did.
You did.
Look
it
at that.
You did it on purpose.
Uh-huh.
No, actually, the picture. Yeah, I do like the picture because
Picture looks great. Taken by Mr. Craig LaCourte,
yes, Craig LaCourte, an excellent photographer.
a fine photographer.
We asked him, or I asked him. I said, Craig, listen, I love because I hate taking pictures. Who likes taking pictures?
I think
hate
you,
it.
Josh, I think you
uncomfortable.
kind of
I
like
hate it.
taking pictures. And actually, I've seen Rebecca's photographic evidence. She clearly likes taking
Just-
pictures.
I didn't show you guys the really good one.
Just because you don't look hideous in a picture doesn't mean that you like taking pictures. Who likes taking pictures? You know what I mean? There's some great pictures.
Some people
of you.
do. I can't
You
stand
say that you don't like it, but you
Well,
look
what's
great in
the worst?
pictures. That is perverted. That's like
The
Campbell with the
classic
microphone
guitar
right now.
between legs shot. Maybe we'll post it on the website. For
It's
you
very
all to
Liz Fair.
marvel at.
This one's I like this one better.
Those boots go up to your nose.
They do.
Nothing like talking about photographs on a radio show. Continue.
No, that's true. No, but please check out the photo. Craig LaCourte is an amazing photographer, and I told him, I said, listen, why don't you listen to this record? And I like that he picked up on it immediately. He was like, oh, everything about this record is about some sort of disaster. Let's beat you up. And I said,
Disaster,
let's do
accident,
it.
illness, all that kind
The
of
green
thing.
thing is basil.
Congratulations. All right, back to the song. What would you like to talk about, Jamie? I don't know.
You don't want to talk about the Basil disaster at the heart of Devastate Me?
Basel disaster.
Basil
No,
exposition.
so-
But what I loved about, just to get back to the photograph, about Craig's idea for it was, for some reason, he envisioned sort of the visual representation of our album as being like the movie After Hours, the Scorsese movie.
Yeah,
it's
he
great.
did. He
Which
did.
he mentioned that, and I was like, yes, do whatever the hell you want, because that movie is fantastic. If you haven't seen this movie, take a look. It may even be on like Netflix Instant or something, but After Hours is a fantastic movie starring Griffin Dunn as a guy who's basically just trying to get laid in Soho in New York in the 80s, and he's just runs afoul of one horrible disaster after another. And it's a really funny, fun movie.
It is. He really did a thing. And I remember during the shoot, he was like asking me, he was like, are you okay? I don't know. Are you happy with these pictures? And I was like, dude, I'm just beat up. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sad or anything. I'm just,
So yeah, I don't
You
think
put
it actually
makeup on
made
it.
it on the physical album, but I feel like we've used it in various promotional things. There's a photo of Josh like with bloody knuckles holding a phone, and I feel like that phone in particular, like I feel like Griffin Dunn in the movie is always trying to call someone to get help, and he can never escape this weird New York nightmare, which somehow fits in with
Yeah.
the themes of the record.
If every night could be a catastrophe, don't wake me, devastate me.
I still want to play a show where all of us are beat up. But, the thing is, now that we have Rebecca in the band, it's just like,
I can
That
be beat
won't-
up.
one of
That
us
won't
beat.
fly.
It's like one of us beat you.
No, not if you guys are all beat up, because that means I beat the crap out of you guys too.
I don't know if you could take the four of us. I
I
mean,
could.
maybe Marty's not here and he's little. Like, you probably take Marty out. But
He's not here to defend
I don't know.
himself.
Marty's scrappy.
he couldn't defend himself anyway.
Marty
so he's
Fowler,
fine.
our fine bass player. He's a young man, a small young man, but he's tough. He's scrappy. I can see it in his eyes. He's wily.
He's made out of
Fight
muscle
dirty.
and steel.
And
No,
one
it'd be like
heck
we
of
were
a
kinda
bass
like
player.
zombies or
Flowers,
something.
muscle, steel, and flowers. That's Marty Fowler.
Oh, God.
Flower?
You are, in case...
Marty's gonna hate me. I'm gonna edit that.
Yeah, in case nobody knows.
I love
this,
you, Marty.
For the podcast listeners, Jamie is a walking pun. It's a pun master.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nowhere near as bad as my lovely wife, who
No, she is even more
On the
horrifying.
subject.
Yeah.
my wife is obsessed with. The worse the pun, the better. But she is also obsessed with horrifying disasters of any kind, natural disasters,
Really?
cataclysms,
Wow.
They
weather
are
events, and that was largely the inspiration for the lyrics of the song "Devastate Me," which we will hear in a few moments.
Wow.
So what particular disaster did you have in mind?
Well, the
Because
song's
I
more.
always-
This is one of the joys of writing a song rather than a story or something, because you can be really vague and say the listener can fill it in with whatever they want it to be. It's open to interpretation. But really, you can just be vague and leave stuff out.
Well, then don't tell them too much, because I thought that was one of the leading inspirations for a lot of the record, because it's a good song to sing. I mean, coming up with the melody and singing it is amazing, and you can,
But it's also
always
kind of-
internalize it and personalize, because you do like to be. I don't know. I do. I guess I'm a masochist in my own personal relationships. I love to feel like the fucking world is ending, you know, all the time.
We're getting into
I do.
Josh's analysis here.
Well, no,
Thomas.
it's true. I mean, it's
No,
a
I do.
lovely
Like
thing
De
to
Niro,
fall in
there's
love
sense
and to
memory
be,
going
No,
on, man.
you put that much passion into it, and then you can put that much passion into what you're doing.
to have somebody be
Yeah.
able to you know, run you over with a truck is a lovely thing to put in somebody's hands.
Have
if
you guys
you
seen
in
Punch
love
Drunk
with them.
Love?
Sure.
I'd never seen it, and I
P.T.
watched
Anderson,
it
fine film.
stoned.
Underrated
Watched it.
movie.
And
I'm sending this to your parents, by the way.
go ahead, I don't really care. But it was amazing, like the part where they're like in bed, like he goes to see her in Hawaii and they're in bed, and he just goes, "I want to smash your face in," or like something. But it was like he like on the surface that idea sounds so like
very
maniacal.
romantic.
But when you think about it, it's like if you put that much like feeling and you know just emotion into how you feel about a person, it's like you want to just be devastated. See, I brought it back to the song.
You did, and I think that feeling is also a very odd feeling in life because I could probably not right now, but I remember when I was a little kid, and I certainly feel like I would like just like bite your arm and be like, I want to fucking tear my flesh off. You know what I mean? Because you could just like lose your mind in the ability to be destroyed. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a really fucking weird. It was an inspiring thing to have the record sort of coalesce around a big theme of
And the
self-destruction that wasn't necessarily put on your own, but can always be. You know, it's ambiguous whether it's
The lyrics
the
do
world or
also
life.
have imagery of literal massive destruction, end of the world type stuff as well, of course. And I like this song, like a bunch of other songs on the record, are lyrically sort of trick songs where the chorus sounds like one thing, you know, like
Sounds like a love song.
I want you to devastate me either sounds like some kind of a, you know, a perverted love song or, you know, a rock and roll
Yeah,
sex
I mean
kind
it
of
can
a
be
song.
it can be taken in many different ways.
But the rest of the lyrics are about someone either obsessed with the end of the world or some sort of terrorist or a supervillain,
well, look at the
which will come
Rolling
up
Stones.
again.
I can't get no satisfaction. It's like, you
But
know,
when
how are
you-
you going to take that as well?
Right. Well, the one question I
I
would
feel like there's one way to take that.
Do you think that living, and this might never make it, but do you think that living in New York City and the past, 15 years of your life have basically, has that been a big part of why you would even be in that mind frame? It's kind of a weird thing. Too.
I don't know. It
That's
sort of
all
feels like the end of the world all the time in New
It
York.
does feel like, 'cause
and
there
you
are-
constantly
there's
see
guys
New York
walking-
destroyed on film.
It's
but
true.
And you
I
see,
don't know if
I
that
went
played
to the
into it.
Penn Station the other day, and it was probably for July 4th, and it was like, people with, 19-year-olds with machine guns walking around. And like,
I think living in
hey,
New
buddy.
York,
I know.
living in New York might make you think more fondly of the end of the world because I know I've often thought, oh, just wipe this place out. That's it.
Well, but even
Take
the
it now.
constant,
Lord, take
the
me
constant
now.
demolition and rebuilding of things all over Manhattan all the time. It's like Manhattan has been devastated many a times and rebuilt. It's quite the concept.
Yeah, certainly.
So basically what we're saying is this song is about the movie The Day After Tomorrow. Especially that part with the CGI wolves, right, on the boat.
Oh,
No?
Campbell, you've been awful quiet.
And here
what
it
are your
is.
thoughts on this song?
I really like Dennis Quaid.
And
He's
with
a very
that,
likable guy.
That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, of course.
And with that, Jamie.
All right, and with that, here's the song Devastate Me. Enjoy it. If you like it, visit our website, joshflaggmusic.com. Send us an email, info@joshflaggmusic.com. You can get the record on iTunes, all those places, yada, yada, yada. Come back, subscribe in iTunes, listen to more of these podcasts. Yeah, we'll see you later. Oh, Campbell, sorry, we'll talk about Star Wars next time. Bye-bye.
Aw.
Reporting in for miles around. Every building falling down faster and faster. Before the hereafter. And 7 miles underground. A sudden catastrophic sound. Down, down in laughter. Desire for disaster. And all what I want is you to devastate me. All I need is you to come something I can't live without. Last questions answered. Desire for disaster. And all I want is you to devastate me. And all I need is you to come and take me. And all I want is you to devastate me. And all I need is you to come and take me far away from here. If every night could be a catastrophe, don't wake me, devastate me. If every night could be a catastrophe, don't wake me, devastate me. If every night could be a catastrophe, don't wake me, devastate me. And all I want is you to devastate me. And all I need is you to come and take me. And all I want is you to devastate me. And all I need is you to come and take me. And all I want is you to devastate me. And all I need is you to come and take me far away from here.
Push, push.